So we made it to the top of Tiger Mountain number 3, or at least that's the trail. And there is downtown Seattle, straight ahead, in Issaquah, and the hang gliders. There's a couple. And Mount Rainier through the trees. That's so neat. Some type of fire down there. See a plume of smoke way off in the distance. We're at like 2,300 feet roughly. Doesn't sound right because we gained 2,000 feet. And of course, I guess the parking lot is 300 feet elevation. I felt like we were higher, but I guess not.
So does that mean like every month there might be like some gap?
Yeah, that guy is way up there. Right in front of the cloud. Alright, so we are the only ones up top now. So I think Poo Poo Point is over in this direction, in that clearing in between where they cut the trees. Almost positive. But this, I believe, is looking east. And not exactly sure where the interstate is. I hear it. And I wonder, I thought I could identify Mount Si, but I think we're actually farther away than I thought. Because down there is basically, oh, way down in the distance, I see like a big gas station complex. That could be North Bend. Or it's Snoqualmie, potentially. It's hard to get your bearings and your distances when you're this high up. Yeah, that's got to be North Bend. So I think the interstate curves around the backside of the hill in front of us. Which would make what we're seeing the mountains straight in front of us are basically the extreme western Alpine Lakes wilderness area. Oh, it is neat. But we're gonna go sit in the shade maybe down here before we head down. But let's give you one more look. We think we counted like 14 hang gliders now. Oh, let me see if I can get a better view of Mount Rainier from over here. Nope, it's actually worse. Those trees straight in front of us, they need to cut down. Yeah, this is really neat. Get one more look looking at Seattle. Oh, let me show you the here's the West Tiger #3 summit. Oh, it's 2,522 feet. So the parking lot is 500 feet. I thought 300 feet was too low. 500 feet sounds reasonable. Well, I think we're gonna head down, and hopefully the sun is cooperating with this video. I really hope you can see the hang gliders. There's a few of them way up there now. So basically Renton would be on the other side of that mountain in front of us, and I think South Center Mall and the airport is way off in the distance straight ahead, where you see a bunch of concrete and buildings, it looks like. I wonder if you can see the Tacoma Narrows Bridge on a clear day. That would be cool. Oh wow, you can hear the shooting at the gun range. That's way down by the high school. Jeez, straight below us basically. So just down from the Tiger Mountain #3 summit, they have these awesome little logs set up that you can sit on in the shade and eat lunch, drink some water. It'd almost be fun to try and camp here. Like, I don't think you're supposed to, but I don't think anyone would enforce it. It would be pretty neat to camp here. Oh, they do close the parking lot gate at dusk. So I wonder if you would get a ticket if your car was still there. But really neat area. So one of the guys said they're gonna log the backside of this mountain where this communication equipment is. Potentially right here, all those trees, as long as they don't do the part we're hiking on. That's the way we're gonna go back. Probably won't get any video of the hike. This hike was all about the view. I don't think the hike up was anything special, and I think we just want to get back. Wow, so I just realized standing here, you can see Mount Rainier, the trees aren't in the way. So look straight in the middle. Hopefully the GoPro's picking it up. Let me get forward a bit. There. So there's tall trees to the right of it in the very middle of the picture. That is really cool. There's a lot of snow on the north side. Oh. I believe there's purple flowers still. But we're gonna head back down. See you next time. Alright, I decided to get some video walking down. We're probably 2/3 of a mile from the top going down. And it's really steep. We basically gained 2,000 feet of elevation in like 3 miles. So roughly 700 feet a mile. The trail tread is really nice though. It was a fun trail. I kind of dread doing trails like this normally, but when you have a lot of time, you just take your time. And as one lady said going up, it's not a race. And the view at the top is worth it. It's just kind of depressing at the bottom when you think of how steep it's gonna be. There's no rest. It's just constant slog up. So if you did the Pacific Crest Trail, I think the average grade on that is 2%. And I would, if I had to guess, you know, you might gain 200 feet a mile on that trail. That's considered up. Here, you know, in Washington, well, in Washington that's worse than that. I'm talking about SoCal and maybe NorCal, not the Sierras. But it's a fun trail though, both of them. And I-90 is down there. You can probably hear the cars. Look how wide this is though. This is like a 3-person wide trail. There's a couple areas where it gets narrower, but it's still really nice. Yeah, I think it took us 2 hours to get up to do 3.1 miles and 2,000 feet of elevation gain. All right, here's another long straightaway. You can see how steep it is. So this is the camera pointed level. And this is about a 45-degree angle. Actually, yeah, that is. It's pretty steep. It's much easier going down. We were already a mile from the summit. 2.1 miles to get to the truck or the car. No truck today, no need. Diesel's above $5 a gallon now. Gas is much far behind. But we do get better gas mileage in the SUV. It's nice doing these short hikes. We don't spend a lot of money driving to them. I really wish this was closer to our house. Sometimes I wish we lived in North Bend. Like, there's so much hiking around North Bend. But if we did, I don't think we would ever go out to the peninsula hardly, because it would be so hard. It's harder to go to the peninsula, it seems, than come out here for some reason. And I think it's because if you live out here, you're around so much, you're like, why do I need to go to the peninsula? Whereas on the peninsula, you're not around a ton. There's way more over here. So you have to come over here, basically. But we do have to worry less about wildfires where we live. It's wetter. And we don't get the strong winds they get here in the mountains some days. We definitely have less power outages where we live, I've noticed, than out here. Oh, I kind of like filming going back. It's a lot easier going downhill. And I don't have to, I feel like you could see more because of the perspective. Definitely the sun angle's better today also. All right, I think we're out of the really steep stuff soon. And we're gonna get into the deciduous trees also, where they've logged a lot of the fir and pine trees. We are definitely going down a lot faster than we went up. And you can hear the interstate noise more. So we just passed some people and I go, nice dog. I was like, oh, what did I say? I can't remember what I said, but the lady goes, he's not ours. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a dedicated dog walker. So I wonder if they're just watching the dog while someone's away. It's pretty nice of them to take it on a hike. It was just a little dog too. Oh yeah, we are ready to be back to the car. So this is going to be 6.2 miles roughly and 2,000 feet of elevation gain. Very fun hike. More fun than I expected. More fun than you can have on a trail this steep. And it's about 5:20. So the sun is setting behind us. It was hard getting out today. My laptop broke, so I had to go to Costco and buy a new one. And when we get home, I have to set it up. I'm sure I'll do a bunch of updates and then get logged back into YouTube and Adobe. Hopefully I remember my Adobe password and username. I'll figure it out. I got all the emails from my payments. It's such a pain though when you have to redo all that stuff. Luckily that's all I have on that laptop. I just make YouTube videos. And all the files I had on it were backed up, so that was good. Still was a bummer though. My new laptop though, I'll do a video on it, has 32 gigabytes of RAM. My old one only had 16. And the video card is 8 gigabytes of RAM. The graphics card. So I have 40 gigabytes basically, where I don't have to use the disk hard drive to process as much. And the hard drive is 1 terabyte solid state, whereas my old one, only the operating system was solid state. So that's going to be awesome. And it's an i7 processor. My old one was i5, I believe. So all in all, it should be a lot faster than my old laptop. It's smaller too. Pretty excited. And it was cheaper. It was $300 on sale. But it was cheaper than I paid 8 years ago. That's how long I had my old laptop, 8 years, if you can believe it. All right, we're into that scrub area with deciduous trees and where they logged it, all the pine trees. I think that's why it's like this. So we are about a mile from the parking lot now. So this is the junction with the Talus Rock Trail. And we are going to go this way down the West Tiger number 3 trail back to the parking lot. Whoa! Almost fell on my butt. That was kind of scary. So I'm not using my poles because it's not very steep, but there's a lot of gravel now. So I might want to use my poles. If I can see how the trees changed. I like the pine trees, fir trees better than the deciduous trees. Lots of big leaf maple and lots of big leaf maple, really. That's about it. Not sure. There might be other stuff. I don't know what they are though. You know we're getting close to civilization now. I was hearing sirens. As long as there's no traffic jam. We just need to get on I-90 for like 1 whole mile to get back to Issaquah, and then the back roads to Maple Valley and Fife, and then back home. I think I'm going to start doing filming like this for the hikes. I'm going to start at the top and then film the walk back, because the best parts of the video are the end of the hike, and most people don't watch the whole video to see it. And I'll get a better thumbnail that way too for YouTube. And it's kind of fun. It's easier to film going down I'm not like all out of breath and tired. And I just think you get better views too, actually, because of the angle when you go down. But we might just have one more clip of this adventure. So I will see you at the parking lot or close to it. All right, we are almost back. We could be half a mile away. We're on the really wide section of trail where you could drive a car if they didn't have a gate at the bottom. We've seen some funny dogs. One dog was carrying a pine cone. It was a little dog. It was so funny. He just carrying a pine cone up the trail. It was a Taco Bell dog, Chihuahua. And he was happy to see us. So going down with these rocks, it actually, your toes get sore because you're pressing against the front of your shoe from gravity. So when we started this trail, I almost thought the whole trail was going to be like this, because the first mile is basically this wide, and then, you know, progressively it gets worse as you go up. But they do not allow anything but hikers on this trail. No bikes, no horses, no automobiles, motorcycles, nothing. Only people and dogs. Yeah, I didn't remember it being this steep going up, but it totally makes sense because we were pretty tired when we first started. Like, it takes us a good mile and a half before we get our energy, it seems. I don't know why. Part of it for me is I don't drink enough water before I hike. Pretty much like drink a lot of caffeine drinks before I hike, which probably isn't good. And then, you know, when I'm hiking, I start drinking water, then I feel better. But I need the caffeine to wake up. And the one drink is the caffeine slash energy drink has like vitamins and minerals. We are really close to getting back, and it's finally getting less steep. But Blue Magic is wearing her pinkish color today, whatever you call that. I think that's the color that attracts mosquitoes, I tell her. She doesn't believe me. Oh yeah, this is a full-blown old road now. Pretty sure it is a logging road back in the day. What a hike. We're literally like 2 miles from Issaquah and Sammamish Plateau. That's what's so great about this Tiger Mountain Regional Park. It's just a great place to hike, especially if you live in the area. Pretty lucky. You can see the difference in vegetation now, though. There's ferns and a mix of fir trees and deciduous. And we're about 500 feet in elevation now. At the top, we were at 2,500 feet. But here, this is the trail, the Tiger Mountain Trail. This trail is hard. And you can do a giant loop. There you go. High Point Trail, 2.4 miles. West Tiger Railroad Grade, 4.4 miles. Middle Tiger, 10.6. West Side Road, 12.3 miles. Hobart Road, 16. So I think the West Side Road, I wonder if that's the highway that goes over Tiger Mountain. And of course, Hobart is on the other side of the highway. But here's the little structure they built to keep vehicles off of this trail, and motorcycles and quads and things like that. Oh, which means we are almost back. We are back to the leisure section of the trail, where the people without backpacks hike.